Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the no contact rule and how it can help you get back an ex. But I do want to preface this video by saying, please make sure that your ex is actually somebody worth going back to, because quite often people get so caught up on the attention and validation and the love they felt like they received from their ex that that's more so what they want than their ex themselves. So please search deep within yourself and analyze your ex and make sure they're actually a good person for you before you try to employ this, I guess, tip to help get them back. So anyway, that being said, the no contact rule is basically all about after you break up with an ex or they break up with you, you want to just cut off contact completely. And I know that that sounds kind of harsh, and some people are probably wondering how the hell they can do that if they have a lot of emotional attachment to their ex. But the thing is, when you don't contact them anymore, you're basically sending them a few messages. One, you're saying that you're not needy, meaning that you can continue on without that attention and validation and that love from them. But two, you're also kind of saying that you don't need them to be happy, that you can move on without them. And that conveys a lot of emotional strength, resilience, and confidence on your part that's going to make you far more attractive in their eyes. They're going to be left wondering, what the heck? I thought we had something great going on, and yet they're doing really well without me. This is interesting. Maybe there was more to them than I thought, and maybe they're a great person that I shouldn't have let go. Now, I'm not saying that that will always be the way they think. It's just a potential thing that could happen with them where maybe they'll have thoughts similar to that. Because if you can move on without contacting them, without needing some form of closure or anything like that, it conveys a lot of power on your end. And I should say that's like psychological power in a way. There's a lot of power dynamics in human relationships, even if people don't think about them consciously. They're there. They're just hidden under the surface. There are a lot of social hierarchies in the way that humans interact with each other, and this just kind of plays into that, where you have a lot of power if you come from a position where you're able to play no contact without being messed up by it. And also, interestingly enough, the no contact rule, even if you don't want to get your ex back, can usually help you get over them. Because if you're able to just completely cut off contact with them, and maybe in some cases even block them on social media or at least unadd them and delete their number and that sort of thing, basically getting rid of all those things that remind you of them, it makes it a lot easier to get over them, because then you're not going to see all their stuff on your news feed or your Instagram, and you're not going to play that dumb game of comparing yourself to them, because that's what messes up a lot of people when getting over their exes. They continue to add them on social media so they see what their ex is up to, and for whatever reason they decide not to unfollow them or unadd them or block them, so they're seeing their ex portraying themselves to be happy. They play the comparison game, and then they say, why am I unhappy? My ex is happy. What did I do wrong? Is their new partner better for them? Are they better off without me? Yada, yada, yada. You don't want to play that game. So if you practice the no contact rule, it can also help you get over someone. But like I said, it's not quite the main purpose of it, but it can help you get your ex back just by showing that you still have a lot of value on your own and that you don't need them to be happy. It's basically portraying an immense amount of non-neediness and security in yourself. And that's a very powerful thing, an incredibly attractive thing. These are things that I tell people to practice in their own life, just in general, because it makes them more attractive when dating. That non-neediness is huge. In fact, neediness is probably one of the main killers of relationships, because it can be portrayed in so many different ways, like nagging and a partner not wanting to let their partner go out for a night on the town with their friends, which I, for the most part, would say that's a smart idea, but there are times where it can be kind of stifling if somebody never lets their partner do other things without them, because that's conveying a lot of neediness, saying that you don't trust your partner to not cheat on you because you don't feel great about yourself, so you think that the odds of them cheating are high. And yeah, so neediness is one of the main killers of relationships. So the no contact rule is basically displaying that you don't have any of it, that you do not need to contact your ex for closure or for anything, that you're able to just move on without them and say, toodaloo, you made a mistake leaving me, and I'm going to show you that by being happy on my own and proving that I do not need you in my life. So The no contact rule is an awesome thing. It's awesome for just getting over your exes, and if you want to get your ex back, it'll help as well. But like I said at the beginning of the video, please analyze your ex and make sure they're actually worth going back to before you practice this. Otherwise, only practice it to help you get over them, not to try to attract them back, because usually there's a reason why things didn't work out the first time, and a second go may or may not work. And if you're beyond 2 times, if you're trying to get an ex back for the third, fourth, or maybe even more than that, then you should probably start looking for other people, because there's a reason it hasn't worked that many times. I would say most people are maybe worth one more shot if there wasn't anything huge that led to the end of the relationship, especially if it was more for logistics. For instance, maybe they got a job in a new state or city or something that pulls them away from you and they're not sure they can do long distance. That you can easily give another shot with them, because the relationship didn't end due to you two having some sort of fallout. It's just they need to continue their life in another area. But if your ex has red flags or other things like that, or just emotional flaws or things of that nature that have caused the end of the relationship, then you probably shouldn't go back to them. But I'll leave that up to you. I hope that you have the emotional maturity and sound judgment enough to make this decision for yourself, because it's an important one. But anyway, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci.